All right, let's talk about one of the biggest stories happening in business right now, leadership in the age of AI. We're seeing this incredible optimism, this vision coming from the C-suite. But at the same time, there's a huge disconnect with the reality on the ground. Today, we're going to unpack that gap, figure out why it exists, and what it really means for the future of work. So let's just start with a kind of provocative question. What if the next person in the corner office wasn't a person at all? Now I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it forces us to ask a really fundamental question. What's the real essence of leadership? And could a machine actually do it?
Well, say hello to Mika. This is the world's first AI humanoid CEO appointed by the spirits brand Dictador. And look, this isn't just some marketing stunt. Mika is making real, data-driven decisions on branding and customer engagement by sifting through millions of data points in a matter of seconds. Now, she might be on the extreme edge of this trend, but she's a powerful symbol of where things are heading.
Okay, so an AI CEO is obviously still pretty rare, but Mika represents a much bigger trend happening right now. CEOs are personally grabbing the reins of the AI revolution. They are incredibly optimistic about its potential.
And they are absolutely putting their money where their mouth is. A recent BCG survey shows that companies are planning to literally double what they spend on AI by 2026. This isn't just a side project anymore, it's a core business priority, and that signals a massive shift in where the money is going.
And this slide is so telling because it shows you the power shift that's happening. Just last year, AI was mostly seen as the CTO's problem to figure out. But this year, a whopping 72% of CEOs say, no, I'm the primary decision maker. AI has officially moved from the server room to the corner office.
And that optimism is kind of off the charts. According to the World Economic Forum, 82% of CEOs see AI as more than just an opportunity. For them, it's a survival instinct. It's jumped to the top of their list for driving both growth and productivity.
And this, right here, this quote really tells you why they're so bullish on it. It's not just about excitement, it's about high-stakes pressure. Half of all CEOs now believe their own jobs are on the line if they get the AI transition wrong. And, that explains the incredible urgency we're seeing.
So that's the view from the top. It's gung-ho. It's full speed ahead. But does that intense top-down vision actually match what's happening for the rest of the organization? Let's peel back the layers, because the view from the ground tells a very different story.
And right away, you see what some are calling a confidence gap. This BCG data shows that the further you get from the CEO's office, the more that optimism about AI just plummets. The executives who are closer to the day-to-day work, they have a much more realistic and maybe skeptical view of the challenges ahead.
And a huge piece of this puzzle, it's your middle managers. These are the people who are the connective tissue of any company, and they are stretched thinner than ever before. They're literally drowning in routine communications, overseeing 3 times the number of people they did just a decade ago. They're stuck being message relays instead of the mentors they need to be.
But for some folks, the human cost is, well, it's incredibly steep. Just think about the content moderators who have to review all the disturbing stuff that AI systems flag. Research is showing a severe mental toll, leading to everything from intense burnout all the way to PTSD.
And if you zoom out even further, some sociologists argue that AI is actually speeding up what they call a depersonalization crisis. The relentless pace of technology, this industrial clock, can get in the way of genuine human connection, making us all feel a little more isolated, both at work and in our lives.
So you've got the human cost, but there's also a hard technical reality check here. According to Gartner, over 40% of these ambitious AI projects are actually predicted to fail. And why is that? It's because so many companies are just trying to slap a shiny new AI layer on top of broken, outdated systems and processes.
So you've got this grand vision up here, and this messy, complicated reality down here. How in the world do you bridge that gap? Well, it starts with reinventing probably the most critical role in any company, the manager. The answer might lie in creating a new kind of leader, the super manager. This is a concept from the analyst Josh Bersin. And this isn't just a manager who uses AI. No, this is a leader who is supercharged by AI to become even more human-centered, so they can focus on coaching, empowerment, and genuine connection.
And this chart just makes that shift crystal clear. The traditional manager relays information. The super manager coaches for growth. Instead of just monitoring tasks, they're orchestrating complex workflows. The old model was all about control. This new model is all about orchestration and empowerment.
So, okay, that sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? Well, it's a 4-step process. You audit all that routine communication, and then you automate it with AI. Things like status updates and policy reminders. The whole point is to free up your managers to handle the uniquely human moments, the coaching, the mentoring, the real connection with their teams. But here's the thing, creating super managers is only part of the solution. To really make this work, the entire organization needs a fundamental redesign. You just can't run a 21st century AI engine on a 20th century organizational chassis. It just doesn't work.
McKinsey calls this building an agentic organization, and it's a total overhaul. We're talking about redesigning workflows to be AI first, reshaping up to 75% of all roles, and flattening those old corporate pyramids into more agile, dynamic teams. It's a huge shift.
This quote from Deloitte just nails it. The biggest mistake you can make is just automating your old, inefficient processes, or as they say, paving the cow path. The real opportunity here is to completely rethink how work gets done from the ground up.
And all of this leads to a really profound shift in how we even think about a workforce. We're moving toward a world where we have to manage a silicon-based workforce, our AI agents, right alongside our human or carbon-based workforce. Leaders will be managing a hybrid team of digital and human talent.
And that is really the core idea here. The goal is not replacement. The companies that win in this new era won't be the ones that replace the most people. They'll be the ones that master the art of collaboration, creating this incredible symbiotic relationship that gets the best out of both human and machine intelligence.
So I want to leave you with this one final thought. In a world where we have AI coworkers, as AI takes on more and more of the routine analytical work, what becomes the most essential human job? What are those skills like empathy, creativity, judgment, connection that become not just valuable, but absolutely indispensable?